Hey guys, Teehashee here, and we're jumping back into RogueTech here on the beautiful desert world of Smithin. We've got a couple contracts, we've got a couple mechs in the repair bay, but it's not the end of the world because we've got mechs going for us now. In fact, we refurbished a dragon here last time. I'm going to do a quick refit on it before we get too into it. So here you can see 2 racks of AC5, 2 racks of LRM. This happens a lot in this video game, mostly because they're, as best as they can, being dedicated to the source material, which is not a bad thing. But yeah, you can see this is way too much ammo to push through an LRM-10, and this is probably too much ammo to push through an AC5, or since day one, since we've been playing, we've never had an ammo problem. So we're not doing that. We're probably pulling all this stuff off anyway, but just wanted to make that little example. You can see here, we'll just take a peek. Base damage is 60, chassis quirk of 30 for a total damage of 90. Same speed, same mobility as a Shadowhawk with even higher melee damage. So we're definitely going to be paying attention to that. Going with small lasers since weight is our enemy. Let's go ahead and max our armor now. That leaves us 10 tons of playing around room, which really isn't much. It's enough to get an AC2 and its ammo on there. And let's bring it down to half a ton. There we go. Might throw this up here or over here. We'll put it here for now. And then probably we'll just have to figure it out. Looks like we'll do 2 SRM2s. See, I thought we might be able to get away with SRM6, but we're gonna go over in ammunition. The other problem is heat sinking. Well, there are actually quite a few problems because we want to put jump jets on this thing. We got problems. We got problems, folks. We might not even do missiles at all. Because this will be replacing one of the Shadowhawks, inevitably. Let's do our jump jets. It can do 5, which is what we want. 4, 5. See, we've already got issues. Drop the AC2. This arm here is just going to be a club because ironically the melee attacks aren't conducted with the hand actuator over here of the dragon. I should do a dragon video. Because there are different... Wait a second. Did we run out of jump jets? Oh, these are specifically for this class of mech. Okay. All right, hold the phone. Hurts to buy jump jets because the game throws them at you, but we'll buy those 3. Okay. We do have half machine gun ammo, which we might be using. Probably not, though, because we're fighting for tonnage more than anything. Okay. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Alright, let's do this first. Mobility goes through the roof. This is, I still honestly don't think we have the tonnage to pull something like this, but it also might not even be that good a play. But one thing we can do is just stick on the small lasers and drop the medium lasers. That's probably a bad call, or I feel strongly in my bones that that is not what we should do. Because, like, 2 medium lasers and 2 small lasers is not bad, but 2 small lasers plus some sort of weird long range monster probably gonna be bad. We would like to put some indirect fire on it, and it needs long range no matter what, whether we do a gun or missiles. Let's just throw an LRM-10 on it. This is going to be an absolute Franken mech, but I do remember fighting this battle with the dragon before. We've been here before. So we've got this LRM-10 on here. We've got 1.5 tons, which means we could get away with 2 medium lasers pretty much. That's with leaving from somewhere. We got LBX ammo. Interesting. Bit of a mystery there. Somewhere in the back of my head, I'm remembering doing something. It was something like a large laser AC2 combo. That's quite a bit too heavy, though. Oh, guys. Guys and dolls, what am I going to do with this thing? That's already looking pretty decent, so let's lean back into our LRM-10. We can do ammo. Only leaves us with a 1/2 ton of trouble to sort out. It looks pretty good. Suddenly our heat efficiency not looking so rosy. go. Gonna be a pretty boring mech, at least until we're doing death from aboves with it. And this looks pretty bad, this big thing with nothing mounted in it, but that's what we're doing. Okay. Contracts. Mopping up, a little battle out in the desert, nothing too fancy. Go ahead and just take that. Put a little money in the bank. Let's see. This is the Wolverine for you. We also made this this trebuchet something to consider. We also have this griffin that's kind of a brawler as well. 4 medium lasers, 2 small lasers. That's actually not half bad. Anywho, it's probably alright. I probably should have, thinking about this a little bit more, probably should have gave Behemoth the brawler that was the most heat efficient. They're usually right about the same heat-wise, but I didn't look that closely at it. So, hopefully that doesn't come to bite us. Not going to come to bite us on this mission, because it's a pretty easy one, and we can check next time. Darius is talking about salvage, but our salvage options weren't that great. You pretty much want to go with 3 choices, or sort of round down to the next biggest choice. Okay, it looks like the Wolverine is in front, which is fine. Run her down this valley, and pretty sure this dead ends because I've walked down it before. I think it dead ends on both sides, in fact. So we're going to have to send the Kentaro down that as well. There's the Kentaro. Just fast forward through that a little bit. Be careful about walking up on these points that sort of go up the hill a little bit, because it's not like you can kind of get stuck and have to turn around and come right back down again the next turn, and it's not that intuitive. Not like MechWarrior 5, where as long as you can sort of do some clever piloting, you can pretty much walk up and down, especially down cliffs, and you'll be alright. Just keep hopping around. Flying crabs sounds like something you definitely need to see a doctor about. Here we go. And we're going to run Behemoth up here. We're going to jump across and settle down up here, more or less. It's looking pretty good. then the Kintaro, I think we will break left so we can break back right later. It would be good to morph the Kintaro back into a brawler like it should be. But that missile boat roll has been pretty much indomitable. Oh, it's an enforcer. Very exciting. I do like this mech. And a heavy mech with 2 PPCs at 65 tons. God, that must be a catapult. I believe that's the K model. Well, now that we've done our Who's That Pokemon, we're going to jump up here, try and get eyes on this 20-tonner. Because I think it's sitting still. Not quite, but practically. So yeah, this damaged locust, we're going to do bad things to. Don't pay any attention to that shooting. That's our commander, and commanders can't shoot. It's a well-known, well-established fact in any military that if you put your commander in anything, they're not going to be able to make their shots. So we're just gonna pretend like none of that happened. Okay. What kind of shots have we got with this? Very decent shots. Yep, on the appropriate side of the mech. It's going to be the same for the Kintaro, so feeling pretty good about getting this kill. Alright, break left a little tiny bit. Might not get the kill, but we did get the knockdown. It's because of their defensive bonuses, which is okay. That's probably what they wanted to an extent. They wanted us to be shooting at that guy. Very tempting to go up and whack this enforcer, but... And yep, there's the Catapult K2. Very interesting. They're a rare mech, and it is also interesting because we're guaranteed to see one a little bit later. So if we could take 2 pieces of it, you know, that could be quite interesting. Our obligatory death from above. Another tempting play to make, but it's just not smart this early in the match, and again something that would obviously definitely die from it, but it needs 10 damage to fall over, so we're not going to do that. Enforcer's gonna punch. Hutcha! It's got a small laser on the head, I think, or on a torso. Pew! That's all fine. I'm tempted to just double down on the kill for the enforcer. So that we can, basically so that we can focus down that catapult, and we'll just go in with the strategy like we're gonna take it off the field. No reason not to give it everything. utilum glitch. I'm worried about not having any line of sight after this enforcer goes down. Maybe it's a silly thing to worry about at this stage, but that is what I'm concerned about. These guys are hitting their shots on my Wolverine. Fun fact, before you commit to a jump, you can still coolant vent. You don't have to wait. You can basically coolant vent whenever you want to. So it's a good thing to know that you're not pigeonholed. There goes our enforcer. Okay. Boing. That was a head hit. That's great news. It's gonna take the Wolverine 1,000 years to get over there. And I also have to run the crab up there too, because we're not going to be shooting it with the lasers. But we will shoot it with missiles. Much in punching range. No, not quite, just because of the territory, but that's okay, because we'll get over here, start working on this other side of the mech. Nice shooting, Commander. You're everything we want to see in the person who makes those shots for us. Yeah, I know. Let's wait on the melee attack, mostly because we still don't know how much damage we're going to need. pew, pew, pew. Looks like Decker can give us the knockdown this turn, which means we'll give him a chance to stand back up. Is that enough? Yep, just barely. Pretty sure that's a Draconis Combine variant. The catapult with PPCs on it. Headbutts? Oh, machine guns. Definitely an attack committed for the sake of heat management more than anything. We're in a similar boat. Nice. Well, we got the entire mech. We might not get it from the rolls because we took less salvage, but we're limited to 2 no matter what. And we know that we've got 1 coming down the road very soon. So really all we have to do... I had no idea that that crab got that hit that bad right in its nose. Probably by the PPC. So we're going to throw these 2 chunks on there, and we're going to trust the gods. Well, we don't have to. We did what we needed to. Yeah, we didn't get anything else. Doesn't matter, though. We are going to get it. It's not like a game changer, per se. It's not even particularly good mech. But you can do cool stuff with it. It would be a good upgrade for that crab we're running, by the way, since you can just as easily stick 2 large lasers on its arms, and it's not too bad. Yang's talking about mech repairs, but we don't really need to do that. What do we got here? Ambush convoy, probably harder than it seems, that mission. Let's look at some of these other ones. Forward observers, probably exactly as difficult as it seems. An assassination, this is probably the one that we'll take. Target acquisition, these are some of the harder mission types. It pays, you can tell by the De Niro's. And then attack and defend. This is also a difficult mission type. Okay, so we'll take a stab at this. Pretty much just like last time. Our salvage shares are poo. Now let's see. See, the Wolverine probably has the highest heat efficiency. He says tentatively. Definitely not the Trebuchet. Let's look at this. 5160. Yeah. 4548. Looks like the margin is slightly better for the Wolverine. It also isn't all energy, which does give us some flexibility, like how we were knocking down mechs. So okay, probably isn't too much more to look into. Time to just go to work. Make sure to say in the comments if you guys want the game sound turned on or turned up. I know most folks like the sort of monotone ASMR of my voice, but if you're not playing or watching this or listening to this trying to go to sleep and you actually get like straight up TV style entertainment value out of it, let me know. I'm listening. That's a Warhammer is what that looks like. 70 tonner, a respectable mech. It looks like we're pretty dang close to this support lance, as well as kind of having the angle on him because we maintained our jump capability. So I think we'll immediately break right. And we're already getting eyes on him. And I don't know if there's much else that this character can do other than kind of commit to that crazy maneuver. Maybe walk around the end? I don't really know. We're gonna move like this. The Warhammer itself, it's got a LRM rack on it, I guess, I think, but mostly it's direct fire with PPCs. So let's see if they've got any sensor lockers. So yeah, as long as we can maintain a broken line of sight with the Warhammer, it shouldn't even be a factor. A 60 tonner. Interesting, either a dragon or a quick draw. Okay. Let's go take a peek. What have we got? A javelin, 2 javelins, and a griffin. We're not even looking at the right side of the griffin, so probably the javelin is the winner. It's not even generating that much heat to fire the lot of them. Glad we fired them because the AC missed. Probably just from this attack, we're just going to fire our SRM-6s. Pretty much doing it for free anyway. Okay. If they ended up shooting at the crab from this maneuver, it wouldn't surprise me because it's going to be a very tempting target. But regardless, we're going to do our breaching shot fun. There we go. Gets us that full 40 damage. To shoot both of them would have probably still done the trick, but it's still better overall damage across the entire enemy lance to do that. I'm really worried about walking up there too far while he's on his own, so we're not doing that. It's looking pretty decent. We'll let him have it. We've got about 4 damage on the center torso. Shooting at the Shadowhawk. We love to see it, folks. Shoot at the Scout. That's what we want. I'm just gonna reserve. Here's our damage one. Barely moving. Scared, probably. Scared of imminent death. Ignoring the crab and the Wolverine. Exactly what we want to see. We've still got all of our movement. Let's just waste the movement of these heavy mechs. Plus Griffin. Here comes the PPC shot. Taking a shot at the crowd. That's what I thought they would do from the beginning. Come on. It's a quick draw 5A. Okay, so everyone's moved. I think we're gonna hop down here and start causing problems for these guys. The Griffin, of course, can't do anything if we're this close to it, other than, I guess, smack us in the face. But if they do that, then we'll give them props for A, being brave, and B, doing the right tactical thing. Just go for this kill shot. Oh, some leg. There we go. Cool. What we were tempted to do is our obligatory death from above on this this Griffin. Strike fear and terror into our enemies right from the beginning by showing blatant disregard for our own safety. Hutcha! Okay. We'll also get a chance to move the Shadowhawk again next turn, probably to turn around and smack this Javelin, but no matter what, it's going to be for the sake of managing our... What can we do with this? For the sake of managing our stability. Yeah, walking towards that quick draw with this mech would be a mistake. Exactly how far can we jump with her? You know what's crazy? I might DFA with her as well. Oh well. Time for the silliness. No, you did great. Sorry, she's complaining about the damage she took. No, she did great. Griffin's having a bad day, and he's probably who we're going to focus our fire on. Shooting the rear armor. This is pretty good play. It's a good hit. we're gonna jump like this. Probably don't need to cool and vent just yet. Next turn. Shame that that shooting was so bad, honestly, because we're gonna have to devote another play to it. Not the end of the world. Yoink. No. Having more success with the javelin. Alright, Decker. You're gonna have to bail us out of this one. One. Okay. Now it's starting to make sense. I'm gonna drop the LRM-10 on him just to make sure that he does die. There we go. Here comes the quick draw with big opinions about this whole situation. Alpha Strike even. Alright, Shadowhawk's still going ignored. We're just gonna take advantage of that. Oh, a miss. No. The dishonor. No melee attack. Mostly for the evasion is what it looks like, and to maximize their turn a little bit. Alright, well, that's all fine with me. Oh, sorry. I forget the order in which I need to do stuff. Probably should have turned the Wolverine a little bit more, but oh well. This is definitely going to be a kill shot. Alright, so far we're doing a pretty solid job. I hate to say it, but I'm still a little nervous of walking this Kentaro up here despite the fact that they've taken no damage. Okay. Pretty crappy pilot. Let's just reserve glitch. They are mad at my Wolverine. Let's just reserve again. Walk to about here. Okay. We're just gonna go ahead and make this move now. There's no reason not to. The quick draw might also come for a melee attack on the Shadowhawk, which is okay, not an issue. see. We'll just keep walking down the valley. Shooting at the weak side of the mech is what it looks like from that alpha strike. Breaking important stuff is what it looks like. I guess the heavy jump jets that I had were from that other quick draw that we took out. I think we've taken out a couple of them actually. I want to jump her. There we go. So far so good. Quick draw, quickly running out of options. We can still walk up and do a melee attack. It's going to be a bad day for you, assuming we don't miss, because we are the commander. Yeah, we did miss. Oh, commander. Oh, commander. It's like a 90% chance to hit or something. Okay. Chomp. Duh. Get up. We know you're not done yet. I'm sure you're gonna turn around and kick an arm right off this crab. Make me cry my eyes out. Close enough. Okay. Kind of looking at who and what need to do heat management this turn. Doesn't really look like it matters though. We'd like to hit this leg. We're going to hit the other leg instead. We're not trying to hit the leg though. We want to take out the torso. There we go. Yep. So that play paid off. Okay. So So, somewhere in the vastness of the desert is our assassination target. Just gonna push everyone forwards until we spot them. Oh, they're coming to us. We also still have the angle on them. Kind of a bizarre choice of movement, but no big deal. Behold the power of sensor lock. Okay. Here's our Warhammer 40K. I think we will do is shoot at a leg. It actually looks like most shots went into it, which is exciting. Usually when you ask them to shoot legs, they're like, yeah, I'll consider it, and then they dump everything into the center torso. Just keep sprinting up here. Got so much heat to continue sinking. Crab is set on her heat. Still working on instability. Okay. This is a terrible position for our enemy mech to be in. More for them than for us, but still. Like, to be under an overhang like this with your enemies just literally bearing down on you. Not great. Not great for your image. Actually, we're just gonna hop right up your nose. Because if they... Does this one have... It's got two small lasers instead of... In MechWarrior 5, it's got machine guns. This is better, though. Pure energy is great. And look at how good that mech looks. I'm actually not that huge a fan of the Warhammer, but hard to argue when it looks that good. Now everyone is actually shooting. They're actually shooting, guys. They are really, really shooting. We're getting somewhere with this leg. Still not in a huge hurry to open up with energy weapons, so we'll just go with this. And we'll also be jumping glitch down there, but we're going to wait until they've made their move, mostly because melee hit from that Warhammer is going to bring big pain. Boy, she hit that leg as well. Wow. They don't want any of what we're bringing to the table right now. No, we're gonna still jump down there. We're gonna go ahead and precision strike the other leg. He said it. The target is gonna try and make a run for it. Crab hammer. Where does this thing need to escape to? That's a long walk for you. That's gonna be a heck of a trip. Can Behemoth actually jump? No, only into the rear arc, which is not where we want her. We're just gonna have her move. Mostly to keep pace with the fleeing mech. Let her turn her guns on and try and take this other leg out. I'm gonna have to switch to lasers here in a second, whether I like it or not. Okay, so here we're on this unsteady terrain. Whoops. No, we want to punch it from the front. Punching it from the back. Optimized capacitors destroyed. Very sad. Let's see if we can finagle this. We can. It's looking more like a kill shot every day, doesn't it, folks? We're still committed to being gentle about this, but they're gonna make it harder and harder. There's that leg. Thank you, glitch. I'm gonna have to jump. Kind of highlights why the ability to jump like that is so important, though. Even then, though, our options just aren't that great, mostly because we're getting forced into kind of kill shot territory. We're gonna turn all that off and shoot at its head. Get up. We're gonna see if we can get anything useful out of you. I'm gonna hobble away. Pretty much only want to fire one laser. Hit him in the leg, which is fine. don't want to do that. Hit him in the leg again. The dream is alive, he said tentatively. Kind of like to just shoot the AC-2, but he's gonna miss with it, right? We all know he's gonna miss with it. Okay. Her jumping distance is so short. If this is a shot in the rear arc, I'm gonna be a little sad. It is not. Okay. Let's let him have it. Okay. I'm just gonna stick to our SRM2s. Hit. There we go. Should be 2 Warhammer parts. The only thing that might make me change my mind is if we're completing the quick draw in this mission as well. Okay, we can actually take... We only got 1 piece of the Warhammer anyway, but we can finish the quick draw, which is cool. We got all 3 pieces of it, also cool. This is a great LRM-10. It's going to be a shame to miss out on it if that is the case. So yeah, we're going to finish the quick draw, and then we're going to take that piece of the Warhammer. Got a chunk of Javelin, and we got the LRM-10. Alright, can't complain too much. Okay. I'm gonna do a refit. Got a new brawler for Behemoth. Look at that big beautiful boat. That's a lot of medium lasers. Holy cow. It's doing literally everything it can to sink all that heat. We gotta move some stuff around. So this variant, because it can mount an LRM, can still function as a scout mech. We're probably not going to press it into that role. We're going to take the missile launcher off of it. It's still got armor to spare. I think we're going to shed 2 medium lasers and go with our Iconic 4. If I had any brains, I'd take them off the arms, though. That's what I'll do. Still putting armor on it. Still putting armor on it. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. There's that. Basically the heaviest genner in existence right here. What I might do is I might drop one heatsink and put on 2 small lasers instead. Now that reduces our heat efficiency, but it also gives us some melee potential. I don't even know what the melee on this isn't like super great. Yeah, it actually loses some because of the chassis. Not like the dragon. We could lose yet another heatsink for half a ton of armor and machine guns instead. I'm not a fan of machine guns. They make stuff blow up. Let's take a look at it. Okay. That's what we're looking at. Pretty big boon to our heat efficiency, even to drop that heatsink to do it. So we're probably looking at what we're going with for right now. Its lack of a long-range option really is a real downer, though. But I think we'll put that work order in. We'll test pilot it, and if we hate it, I mean, my animosity towards the quick draw, I got much better vibes in MechWarrior 5 from the quick draw, but my animosity towards the quick draw came from this game. I considered the quick draw poo. Boy, look at look at this absolute disaster. It's like some sort of Iron Knuckles thing, except instead of knuckles, it's just lasers. Okay, so we got another brawler. This we haven't used once, so we'll probably cold storage it. So we're gonna file away that decision because we still have missions to do, and we'll do it after. How does that sound? That sound fair? We'll wrap up our housekeeping here with giving Behemoth piloting. That's exciting. And a little bit of tactics. Hit defense, defense, base melee hit, all good stuff. Looks like Decker's also getting some piloting. Glitch, Getting some piloting. Boy, look at how much experience she's got. What a mad lad. And by lad, I mean, you know, a chick. Medusa, these guys are just hanging out. Hey, we can pretend like we can hit stuff as our commander. The spare health is pretty much pointless, other than it theoretically keeps you in the fight longer if you're getting knocked down a lot. But on the commander, Guts is not as good because he's immortal. Might wait on piloting since we're close to it. But cool, we've got some master pilots with very legit looking stats. Check out what's going on the Argo. Got our boys being worked on, guys and gals. Okay, thanks for joining me, and the next time you guys pop in, we'll be wrapping up our contracts. I don't know, there's still a lot of them, left, honestly. We'll probably do 2 and 2, especially if they're difficult and take a long time, and then we'll do served cold. But for now, thanks for watching, and tune in next time.